that part of the reason I was late is because I really wanted to do a video with this, with some excerpts and stuff like that, stuff that I really noticed. And if you're asking, well, what is she talking about? Well, look at the title. I am going to be speaking about Greg, aka Ghost, Stephanie Reed, Stephanie, Mike, and it's like everything that's going on, right? It's kind of crazy out here in the street sector, right? But the whole thing is this: we watch because we're interested in these things. I never thought in a million years I'll be watching a channel about addiction and the drama they be having going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. And we've all been faced with knowing people, or some of y'all have had addictions. I don't have no, I don't have that type. I don't have a narcotic addiction. You know what I mean? But everybody got things going on. But it just seems like the people that are making content about these things, it's just like people say, well, they're being exploited. The interviewees are being exploited, but they are, because it's something wrong with them, right? I don't have a problem with the people interviewing them per se. I have a problem when they just go cross boundaries and manipulate situations and like do what things like Greg does. Like Greg, for example, with Real Raw and a Cut. Greg asks, it's something about Greg. Now I've been blocked for Greg's channel for about a good 2-3 years, right? I don't know, let's say 2 years. I've been blocked from his motherfucking channel, right? And Greg got mad at me because of the simple fact that this was like a few years ago when Penelope was still a very good looking woman, used to steal. She used to boost nice stuff for herself, like she going Saks and all of that, because she was passable then. She didn't look like she was on that shit, you know what I mean, like that, you know what I mean? So she was able to go into these high end stores and steal, and it worked out, right? But Greg, I started, like, as her addiction got increasingly worse, I started to see that he would buy stuff from her. So I said to him one day, I said to him, yo, that's just crazy. I say, why would you sit there and encourage her to be a criminal in her criminal activities, and you buying this shit from her? Like, yo, that shit's not cool, like. And he got mad at me, and he like toned me off, like in the comment section. I'm like, oh, this nigga mad emotional. All right. So then the next time when he had his son with him, and his son is a little cute little boy. Oh, he's such a cutie patootie, little chubby self or whatever. He got locks, right? A little cute little boy. And that's the apple of Greg's eye. Greg loves that little boy. And I'm saying that because not every person loves their children, unfortunately. But anyway, he really loves that little boy a lot. You could tell. And I said to him, same thing we said to Marcus. Stop. Don't bring that little boy in them situations. I said to him, because CPS might come. You know what I'm saying? You got him around people that are like full in their fucking addiction, and they are out there. You got him in the middle of like craziness. And people like in the comments, oh, that's crazy. He need to see that. No, he does not need to see that. You can teach your children about drugs without having them there. Someone could teach me about serial killers, but I ain't got to meet Ted Bundy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy. People be saying all types of crazy shit. It's not normal to have your children around addiction. That's not normal. That's dysfunction. You know what I mean? People, oh, they gotta learn about life. The little boy was like 5 then. What the fuck you mean he gotta learn about not life? Not like that. I know about prostitutes, don't mean I gotta be one, or you know what I'm saying, or buy one. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck people be saying? Like, yo, dysfunction is functional to people. A lot of times. So he got mad at me about that. So between that and that Penelope shit, I was blocked. But I still watch his channel. If it's good content, I'll press like. This, like with Marcus from Atlanta Street Interviews, I'll press like. Look, I'm not no hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no hater. If you giving me some good contact and it's not no cringy shit or whatever, I'm going to press like and keep it moving. I don't watch the video and press dislike. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you your like. I gave you a click in your view. I'm gonna be on my way. You know what I'm saying? If you got some bullshit on, I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to say now. I'm just going to leave. I ain't going to do a thumbs down. The only time I do a thumbs down if I'm being an asshole, like if it's somebody that I want to hate watch or whatever, then I'm an asshole. I'll put the thumbs down. But it don't matter. You still gave them a click in the view. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just for your shits and giggles. You know what I'm saying? But Long story short or whatever, he blocked me or whatever. And I'm like, all right, that's cool, that's Gucci, but I'm still gonna watch the content because you get interested in these characters. You find, some of them you really like. I used to really like Penelope. Um, it's a shame. It's really a shame. Oh my gosh, Penelope, what a good looking sister. What a good, she could sing too. She sing nice. She got a nice voice. I ain't say she could sing, but Penelope could sing. She got a nice voice. She have children. She have an ex-husband who still was very supportive of her. She said that once she stopped sending him nudies and nasty pictures and stuff like that, that he stopped giving her like money and stuff like that. He was helping her because he's well off, you know what I'm saying? Penelope, from what I understand, she lived a very comfortable lifestyle with her husband. I don't think she should be with him because she don't love him. It's like she's forced to be with him or whatever. Like when Greg would ask her about certain things, and even when he called on speakerphone and stuff like that, it's like she's like disgusted by him or whatever. So I understand. Like I get it. Like I don't know the situation, but I get it. Yes, she's an addict, but she's still a human being. It's something about that guy that she's this she repulses her about him. Like every time, like when Greg would bring him up, she's like repulsed by him. It's not even like, oh, I just don't like him, or it's just not like that. It's like she's repulsed. Like she knows something she's not saying, or it's something that makes her skin crawl about this guy. So he stopped doing it. But I think too that he stopped doing for her, not only because of the picture. I think the nigga a creep, like she said. She know, you know what I'm saying? She ain't really say nothing extra about him. It's just the how she talk about him, her body language. It brings off like, yeah, he's just like some sort of creep. And then when she was talking about the nudie pictures and stuff like that, I believe it. But anyway, um, I think also he stopped doing for her because it is hurting her daughter Olivia. She has a daughter Olivia. She always speak of. I think that, and she says the child's name a lot. I think Olivia probably might be a teenager now, or maybe like a preteen. But she always speak about Olivia and this, that, the third. I think he stopped speaking up because it was damaging, for her to be, like, come on, your daughter got to see you like this and you just deteriorating. And also too, I think too, because she started messing with fentanyl. She said that she over the Fetty Wap. Nah, you not over that Fetty, mom. No, you're not. First of all, fucking Penelope got fucking sickle cell. That shit is very painful. So that's probably why she gets high. I'm not giving her excuses because she probably was getting high a long time. But you have sickle cell your whole fucking life. You're born with sickle cell. She has sickle cell and she does go to the hospital and stuff like that. But she said that she detoxed this time in the hospital. Ghost came and got her. But this time Ghost came and got her. Yo, Penelope looked horrible. That was one of my favorites. I like me Penelope. I like Niecy. Niecy, I love me some Niecy. Niecy a fly. Listen, she a fly crackhead. I don't care what nobody say. Hands down, Niecy a fly crackhead. I know it sounds like an oxymoron. If Niecy would stop using drugs, that's my homegirl. I like Niecy. Niecy be doing her own thing, but Niecy losing weight too. She about to hit rock bottom. I I like them. You know what I'm saying? It's certain characters you really draw to. You know what I'm saying? You really draw to certain fucking characters. But Greg, he be on some bullshit. So back to that, he blocked me, but I was never mad about it. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, like Erica Badu said, you know what I'm saying? I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Well, they're putting out content and they're going to be sensitive about what they put out. So I'm not going to get mad. If I get blocked, I get blocked. It's a shame. We have a content creator right now in the street sector. I should say no names or whatever. Yo, this motherfucker blocked me. Like, yo, this motherfucker blocked me. Why would you block me? Like, and I didn't say nothing offensive. Two of them blocked me. I didn't say nothing offensive to them. I swear I didn't, because I'm not trying to make enemies over here. We're looking at content. We're all looking at content. We've been looking at these content for years with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just now that we're starting to fellowship over it. You know what I'm saying? We would all watch it, be in the comments. You have people that will watch the street sector stuff like Kiki Prime and Octavius Prime and Benji AdSense, when it was with the market stuff or whatever. You had people out there and that was doing content. Sheena Speaks and them, they were doing content. Brown Eyes, they were doing content. You know what I'm saying? Now is just more people now that is coming out the woodworks doing content. So it's like, for me, you know what I'm saying, I watch it. I happen to have a channel. No, I'm not doing street content per se right now. I can't do it the way my life is now. I would love to do it. I would love to do it. I just can't do it right now. You know what I'm saying? So I come and do my Willy Bobo over here. I do my, you know what I'm saying, my little butterfly over here, talk to y'all, kick it, and we talk about the stuff, right? So I'm kind of happy that Greg, now more people are watching Greg. I'm realizing that people was watching Atlanta Street interviews. They were actually watching Greg. They actually watch. There's a lot of other channels out here, but Greg and Marcus are the two ones that really got it. You know what I'm saying? So Greg is sensitive, so I didn't get mad about that. You know what I'm saying? So I watched Greg, but Greg throughout the years, I realized like, yo, Greg is on himself. Greg missed 20 something years of his life. Greg was a father at 13 years old. Greg tell you his mother was an alcoholic and he had to be a grown man, and he was in the, she eventually got her life together. He said she go to church now, whatever, but it doesn't matter. Damage is done. Greg been in the streets hustling since a kid. He tell you what kind of cars he had when he was a kid or whatever, when he's a teenager. That man ain't lying. That man done seen a lot. He never got to be a child. So Greg now, he's out of jail. Most people, which is perplexing to me, which I was at Psychology Eats. It's on my it's on my excuse me, y'all. I'm tired, but I'm not sleepy yet. It's on my wall. Her live she did. She was hitting a lot of points, and I asked her, I said, yo, when are you gonna do a video with the similarities with Marcus and Greg versus each other? You get what I'm saying? When you gonna do the similarities? I think I would love to hear her breakdown on it. That sister, I've been watching her for a while. I got introduced to her by Kiki Palm and them. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't come on her channel when she used to be, going with Kiki Palm or whatever. That she gives really good content, very solid content. I like it. I like it. But anyway, but like I was saying, let me get back to what I was saying. The people in the street sector, it's more people, content creators coming out. And if I could do it, I would do it. If my life was a little different now, I would do it. Why not? This is very interesting. This is like it's a social experiment. You know what I'm saying? It's just as crazy. It's not the people being on drugs. It's the people that supposed to be interviewing these people that are on drugs, that are all homeless. This is like they supposed to be one of us, but they're going out and interviewing these people. Why would you cross the line with them? This is like not the psychology of the people that's on drugs or are homeless. We understand their shit. We understand their shit. I'm sorry if my phone went out. I just got a notification. We understand their shit. But these people that's supposed to not have issues and trauma that are interviewing them, what is the reason why they're taking advantage of these people? The psychology of that shit is all. I can't wait. But anyway, everybody's coming together now. We all now fucking fellowshipping with each other or whatever. Like, oh, you've been watching this? How long you been watching this? And you realizing everybody's been watching this the same amount of time. 4 or 5 years. Like, yo, 4 years. 4 years. I've been watching it from the beginning, all of us. So now we all have the same amount of knowledge, right? So some of us are getting channels and stuff like that. Because you have the full knowledge of what's going on, right? So I just don't understand, back to my original point, why would you block me? You know what I'm saying? We all trying to fellowship over this shit, but it's like no personal shit. Keep it on the content. This is not this sector, unlike any other sector. This is not like any other sector. This is street sector. It's very fucking different. You don't have to be interpersonal with each other. When I say fellowship, we come in each other's chats and talk about what's going on with the content creators that are making these street sector interviews or whatever. It's no reason at all why we should feel any animosity, or I like her, I don't like her, fuck that bitch. It's not that type of sector. It's not like a gossip sector or a beef sector. Even though we're gossiping, a beef sector or a Kojic sector where it's personal attacks or whatever. No, this is actually about real content. This is about content. It's like somebody doing content on a reality TV show. There's no reason for us to be beef with each other because we're talking about content, not actual like individual people that are running like you get what I'm saying. I know I'm going all around the world and yaya with this, but if y'all get what I'm saying, so I don't understand why would y'all block me. Like, we're not friends. We're actually talking about an interview we saw. Why are we fighting? Why are we even blocking each other? Like, what the fuck is going on with these people? They're stupid. It's real stuff to talk about. We sitting here, but I'm a blocker. What are you blocking me for? We're talking about the same thing. Greg is trifling. Greg is fucking trifling. Why are you blocking me? But anyway, people in their egos. But let's get back to Greg. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's a lot of content creators coming out in the street sector. I'm watching all of them, seeing, I'm saying, I found about 3 people I never knew about, just like in the last 48 hours. I'm like, oh wow, and they're very interested. I'm gonna share them on my wall if I see they, continue with the, the sound mind shit or whatever. A few people, they guys too, heterosexual guys. I was surprised. I'm like, oh shit, they do it, and it was good content about the street sector. So let's go back to Greg. So I've been watching Greg or whatever. Greg one time, he did this interview. So after he blocked me, right, I'm still watching him. He does this interview with this young woman. She's Afro Latina. He said he seen her walking down the street or whatever, and him and her are doing this interview, and she's very thick. She's like baby fat thick. You know that kind of like when you're a teenager, you're not you just coming in, you getting your little hips or whatever. You're coming into your shape, and you still might have like a little chub on you if you like a corn-fed kid. So it's not fully formed yet, but it's coming into that form. She was shaped like that. So I'm like, yo, she's no older than maybe 18. That ain't no 20, 21-year old, you know what I'm saying? Because the form of her. And she was out on the street, and you could tell like she probably's a prostitute. So he did an interview with her, and she was like telling him, nah, she of age or whatever. But the flirtation was crazy. The tension was crazy. Like, if you know what kind of tension, I don't want to say what type of tension, because I'm talking about somebody I think that might be a minor, and I don't never want to talk about a minor like that. But it was crazy, like you know what I'm saying? And he looking like he got her in a type of, you ever been standing in front of somebody and the way they looking at you, you're probably inappropriate in their head right now. You're scantily clad. Like he had that little, and I'm watching this interview, and I'm like, yo, and the camera, he entered the interview. I said, yo, I know he smashed that little girl. I said, I know. And look, and and some of the people that be watching this, they be like, oh, she was out there. He ain't the first grown man she probably slept with. Nah, because he kept on asking. He said, you sure that you this age? And she like, yeah, I'm such as. She was lying. She was lying. That's some foster kid that ran away and shit from a home or whatever, or a shelter. That's some foster kid, yo. I'm telling you. And I'm like, this is crazy. He's like, yo, what you doing around in this area though? I ain't never seen you in this area. She was like, yo, I've been around. And I'm like, yo, like Greg, and she brought him up to her hotel room, and I'm like, yo, and I'm thinking to myself, yo, Greg, if you decent, get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck. And so, yo, I gotta get the fuck out of this shit, though. Yo, this nigga was just like, he knew he should leave, but he still stayed. What up, TC? What up, TC? Hello? How you doing? How you doing, TC? All right? So he's standing there, and he know he should leave, but he's staying. So it's like after that, him bringing his son around them addicts, them full blown addicts doing criminal activity, 2 ends, selling whatever, stealing whatever. I was just like, nah, this shit not cool. Buying merchandise from hot goods from fucking Penelope and Hollywood, another thing. Third thing, so I said the little girl, bring the little boy around, them addicts, the shit with Penelope, and then one more thing, he takes up for Caucasians a lot. A whole bunch. Like somebody will tell you, like homegirl, what's her name? It's my homegirl that be rapping all the time, the old school chick. I like her, with the big stomach, skinny legs, skinny girl. What the fuck is her name? Her face is in my head. She was saying that she's stupid too. I don't know. It's like I expect down south people to be more on code because the racism down there is more blatant than being in it'd be more blatant than hold on please. Hold on. One second. Because I keep getting these damn notifications. But I got a new phone, so. Alright. So, anyway. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. But, oh yeah. So, she was, it was this Mexican lady had a food truck, and she was telling the story to go. She was like, yeah, the Mexican lady said that somebody stole her keys, and she was blaming me, and she was like, I would never steal your keys, I'll buy food from this truck. And the lady was like, no, it probably was you. And it's not Nisi. That's not Nisi. Is that Nisi? That's not Nisi. It is Niecy, right? All right, but she proved if that came out of my mouth, I guess so. I get them so fucking confused sometimes because some people are just so interchangeable, but I be liking them. So she was just saying, she was just like, yeah, Niecy. She was like, yeah, the lady said that she and I proved to her, and like Niecy kept on trying to prove to this lady that she didn't steal the shit. And I'm like, yo, fuck that bitch, yo, call fucking immigration on her. She trying to be funny. So the lady kept on saying. So one day the lady was like, yo, black people be stealing. I'm like, that's crazy. She's in a fucking neighborhood selling food to black people. So a lot of people in the comments was like, yeah, I wouldn't want her hands on my foods. But she kept on trying to prove to this lady, like, I didn't steal your keys. I just proved to you I didn't steal it. And like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really a good person. And she was like, yeah, I want to buy tacos. I want to buy tacos from this lady. Everybody was like, why would you buy tacos for her? And he was like, so she was telling Ghost the story. He was like, that lady ain't racist. That lady ain't racist. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. He was like, yo, don't bring that racist shit around. He kept on like getting on her about that. And then another time was with Katie in Hollywood. They like saying, they like calling it, they like using the N word a lot. You know what I'm saying? They like using that word. And that's just crazy because they are the bottom of the fucking barrel. How dare those fucking addicts, them low down, dirty motherfuckers, have a nerve to sit there and be calling anybody niggas and shit like that? You can't do no shit like that. Look at you. Y'all smoke crack. Y'all been smoking crack for decades. And here it is. So how you calling anybody that? How you and it's like Katie, she's jealous of black women. She always be trying to say, she said black women are always ashy. Excuse you. You look like a whole fucking man. How dare you all masculine in the face? You can't talk about no black women. Black women? Are you serious? Black and Greg be sitting there talking about, no, they ain't racist. And so that's four things about Greg that I really don't be feeling. I know earlier times I spoke about him, early videos I spoke about him, I was like, he's not as bad as Marcus. Why I say he's not as bad as Marcus? Because so far I have not heard him hunching on the addicts. So let's just keep it like that. He's two steps away from being Marcus. Marcus from Atlanta Street interviews, he's fucking disgusting. But so Greg, he had this interview everybody's talking about it now. Stephanie, right? So Stephanie, I can't now. I'm not gonna lie. I could play it on my other phone. I'm gonna play it on my other phone so y'all can hear it. I can't play it on my computer right now. My laptop, I am factory resetting my laptop because it's moving so slow because it's supposed to be updating and the update never went through. So I gotta erase everything and start all over. So I can't show y'all. But Greg did a fucking live yesterday, right? And Greg, he was talking about Stephanie. So Stephanie is this interviewee that was with Mike. He call him Magic Mike. Mike is this black addict. He's like in his late 50s. Mike this ain't never going to get it right. They said Mike is very aggressive and he will take your goods from you and stuff like that. A lot of females on that channel said that Mike has assaulted them, accosted them, if you know what I mean. So anyway, he started messing with this lady Stephanie. Stephanie first started coming around. Stephanie had a car that didn't have that many miles on it. Stephanie had just left her husband. Stephanie always messed with black men. All her children, she said, from black dudes. And she had a black husband. Seemed like the black husband was really in love with her. But Stephanie don't want to be home. She want to hang out with Katie in Hollywood in their trailer and stuff like that. So she started messing with Mike. So Ghost had told her. He said, yo, he said, you fucking with Mike. He said, you ain't going to have no car. He said, you ain't going to have nothing after this. True to word. That's what happened. I mean, same story, different cast, right? It happens all the time. You have stuff, you start using drugs, hanging out with drug addicts, they ain't got shit to lose. You lose everything and become like them. That's just what happens, Same story on repeat. So he told her that, right? So people in the comments was like, oh, now I told y'all heard what I said about Ghost. Y'all know I'm not no Ghost fan. So people in the comments was like, oh, why you talking to Stephanie like that? Blah, 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 so on and so forth. And I'm like, yo, he talks to everybody like that. But I peep game, and I hate to say this, and a lot of people ain't going to like that I say this. They take it up for Stephanie because she's the complexion for the protection, if y'all get what I mean. So therefore, y'all have sympathy on her because, oh, she's not that bad. When it comes to them, oh, it's not that bad. It don't matter what race the person is in the comments. It seems like they feel bad. All right, so Stephanie started messing with Mike. Stephanie, this is not her first rodeo, okay? It seemed like Stephanie has a grandmother that, it's like, I don't know what Stephanie's mother is, but Stephanie's grandmother is her backbone. So it seemed like she be stressing this lady out. But anyway, she got this husband now. So she started getting high. She's on and off being clean and stuff like that. So Stephanie started messing with Mike. She hit rock bottom so fast. Like Ghost said, he said, I ain't never seen nobody fall this fast. Yo, this motherfucker fell in 2.6 seconds. She's a good sized, healthy woman. This chick, yo, her skin was falling off her bones. She wasn't eating for a whole week. She had blisters on her mouth. She had a real bad cold. One time she had green snot coming from her. She ain't had no shoes. It was mad cold out there. She was walking around with Mike. Mike was wearing her leggings and shit like that. She had a blanket walking around the street. She got family. This bitch walked away to hang out with KD and them and was sitting there. And then Mike started treating her bad. She's talking about Mike and her. Mike had her prostituting, living under a bridge. So everybody's like, oh, Mike is bad. No, 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 no. Mike is bad, right? And it was like Ghost was disrespecting her. She was on drugs. She left her husband and her home and had her grandmother, her elderly sick grandmother, her husband worried about her while she ran the street with crackhead Mike and was hanging out with Katie and them. Why do we have to feel bad? They was like, oh, like one time, it was a bunch of crackheads. Katie and them was in a car, and they were driving, and they made her. She was walking beside the car. They didn't even have. She was not even in the car with them, and they was like, "Why? You see, that's like they treating Stephanie bad. Why is everybody feeling stuff sorry for Stephanie? Stephanie had herself out there. So okay, let's fast forward. So now so now Stephanie, now she's supposed to be clean and sober, and she's at home, so she makes a channel. So she makes a channel, and then, of course, people are going to ask her, like, what really happened with Ghost and stuff like that. So she starts to talk. So she says that Ghost was giving them drugs sometimes for the interviews and stuff. And people are like, what? He was giving y'all drugs? And she was like, yeah. And she starts to talk about Ghost. And the stuff she said, I mean, is it true? More than likely, yeah. Because I don't think that Greg is the greatest guy. So she starts talking about certain shit. So that Greg hears about it. She does a few lives and she's throwing shots at Greg. So Greg hears about it and he comes on and he starts talking about her. And what he says about her, he says that how Stephanie told him that her daughter is getting, is in a DV situation, and how the kids, she got the daughter. This is Stephanie, the crackhead lady. Her young daughter, her daughter is really, her daughter, like, she's in her very early 20s, very young girl, very young girl. She said that her daughter be getting beat by her man. The kids got taken away because the daughter was in jail, and then the father went to pick up the kids. But when he came to pick up the kids, he was drunk and he reeked of alcohol. So the people were like, "Yo, we're not giving the children to you." And it was like, "Where's the mother?" Well, the mother's in jail, and the grandmother Stephanie is running around with Money Mike, smoking her life away. You know what I'm saying? So they put the kids in protective custody. Well, not in protective, in CPS. So they still don't have the kids now. The girl been out of jail. So Greg was like, yeah, how your daughter failed the urine test and everything, and that's why she don't have the kids. Well, how about that guy touching the kids? Now he threw that shit in. The touching the kids, he threw that shit in. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because that boy be having visitation with the children. If it was any, no, that's not true. Because I've heard of times that they still, because the allegations was unfounded, they allowed the parent that was accused to still come around. I don't know. I just don't think that's true. I just think Greg threw that in to fucking hurt Stephanie for talking about him. So he went in on her. He was like, yo, if I really go in and I'll talk about, you know what I'm saying, the stuff you told me, you be mad. He said, Stephanie, you only talked about me because you had called me one day and you told me your daughter was out of jail, and you told me how she failed the piss test and everything about the kids, and you said your daughter wanted to get a little bit pocket change and stuff like that, and she wanted to do an interview. He said, so fine. He said, you told me that, but your daughter, 2-3 days passed, your daughter never called me. I thought it was going to be some right away shit. Finally, she touched down and she got in contact with me. He was like, oh, all right. He said, yeah. He said, your mother told me that you were in a DV situation or whatever, and, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I don't know why she told you that. She was like, my man right here, right now with me, and you've been on speakerphone. He was like, oh, shit. And he was like, I heard, when I was about to hang up, a little interaction with them. I don't know if he hit her or whatever. I think he was making that part up. But I'm sure the guy said something like, what the fuck is going on? But he said that Stephanie called him and she was like, yo, if my daughter called you, don't mention what I told you about her getting arrested and, them not having custody of the kids. And he was like, oh, it's too late for that because, I already mentioned it. So the daughter must have called Stephanie and was like, yo, what the fuck you telling this guy, Ma? So That's how this shit started. So Greg was like, yo, if I say what the fuck I really gotta say, them kids ain't gonna come home. So people like, Greg is wrong. Keep the kids out of it. And I'm like, keep the kids out of it. Stephanie ain't have no right to tell him her business about her fucking her daughter at all. How would he know? Stephanie, like Greg probably lied about the kids getting touched and shit like that. But the other shit he ain't lie about. That sound about right. Stephanie said the shit because Stephanie needed money. See, a lot of them people, they be calling Stephanie and not Stephanie, they be calling people like Marcus and Ghost up for interviews because they want to get high or they might want to get shelter. And a lot of times they be making up shit. And my honest opinion is that she did tell her daughter's business. Now, she didn't say all of that, what he was saying, but she did tell him that. And Greg, like, he was trying to act like, oh, I don't want to talk about them because if I talk about the kids, then they ain't never coming home. But he kept talking about it. So, because he knows somebody's watching that channel that's going to go out there and fucking research all of the shit and dox the fuck out of Stephanie. And people will call CPS. Now, Stephanie, you know what I'm saying? So Stephanie goes on live yesterday with her daughter to address the shit. And she's like basically saying like, she basically saying like, well, he's a lie. I ain't never talk about my daughter. You said something. How does he know your daughter's even in jail? Why would that even be a point of conversation? So you did say something. You didn't say all of that, but you did say something. You opened the door for your family business to be out on the street and get disrespected when you just could have kept it on you. See, everybody be like, it ain't no rules to this shit, yo. Greg is a street nigga. He gonna do grimy shit. He gonna say grimy shit, and that's just the way it is. She came out her mouth and she started first with Greg. Greg ain't say shit about her, and this is the whole thing. Y'all sitting there feeling bad for this lady because y'all like, oh, she's not a good woman. She left her family to fucking go on drugs. She lost her car. She lost everything. Her self-respect. If Mike was treating her nice or whatever, and he wasn't totally disrespecting her, she would still be out there getting high with him. She stopped getting high because the relationship didn't work out. Whatever dysfunctional relationship, I don't feel sorry for Stephanie. That's not her first rodeo. Oh fucking well. Was Ghost wrong for telling her business like that? Yeah, he was petty because anytime for me, it ain't even worth it. Like, yo, she's an addict. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who fucking cares? Like my moms always say, a person can't argue with themselves. So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but at the end of the day, if I don't respond back, oh well. People like address it. I ain't got to address shit. Let me keep on doing my content and doing me. But when you address it, oh well, then this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So. But people taking up for her for what? She did tell her daughter business. She ain't say all that, but she said something for that man to know that. How he didn't make it. Her daughter in jail? Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Are those children not in the household? That is true. Did they say that when he picked up the children that he smelled of alcohol? Yes, they did. Even Stephanie's daughter said that during their interview yesterday. It's just a whole bunch of clown shit, and because everybody hates Greg, they are amping her out. But what Psychology Eats told her was, she said, "Yo, when you stop talking about Greg, they ain't coming around. So just to stop doing it and take your people off it because you will get doxxed." Psychology Eats told her the fucking logical, but it's just like for what? And her daughter was like, oh, her daughter during Stephanie and her daughter's live when they were addressing what Greg said about all those allegations, they were like, yeah, and psychology, what her daughter said? Her daughter said, yeah, mama, and talk about, tell Psychology Eats ass off. And I'm like, you little girl, you was a no good raggedy bitch like your mother. You talking mad shit. First of all, Psychology Eats children didn't get taken away. Yours did. Okay? Okay? You left your man in charge of the children, and he couldn't even get that right. The damn kids got taken away because they say he smelled like alcohol. What are you talking about? People pick up their children every day from school, B. Ain't nobody else getting their kids taken away because the teacher said they smell like alcohol. So why did it only happen to y'all? Oh, they was picking on y'all? Alcohol? That's kind of random. He smelled of alcohol. That's very random to say alcohol of all things. They didn't say he was hitting the children or nothing like that. They said that he smelled of alcohol. You failed a direct test. So what's really going on with y'all? You can't talk about somebody that got their shit together. Your mother came on. Your mother was chasing a relationship with a toxic, nasty, dirty dude that been doing drugs since God knows what and been a creep violating women since God knows when. Your mother put your business out here. Don't get mad at Greg. Greg gonna be Greg. Greg's business. Greg makes money off of telling people's business. That's just what the fuck it is. Your mother is raggedy. Your mother told your business. You're getting mad at him because he repeated some shit your mother said because she was trying to get a fucking interview for God knows what. I don't know what she needed the money for. Because if you're away from addiction, don't call Greg for nothing. Greg is not here to see her recover. Greg is here to see her high and fucked up. That's his content. Your mother volunteered your business trying to get some sort of story. I'm trying to figure this fucking shit out. And then you're mad at Psychology Eats because she's reporting on what the fuck she's seeing. Blame your mother. If your mother never came to KD in them house and started messing with Mike and agreed to put her life on TV so she can get $40 so she can get a hit, that would have never happened. If your mother stayed at home with her husband, that would have never happened. You see how this goes? I don't feel bad for them. Everybody feeling bad for them because they palm colored. I don't care. I don't feel bad for them. Stephanie, her daughter are both raggedy bitches. Raggedy bitch senior, raggedy bitch junior. Yes, addiction is a sickness or whatever. But for her to act like she didn't tell that girl business, how the fuck would that man know? Just 10% of whatever was true. So just say he lied about everything else. 10 to 20% y'all said was true. I say 75% was true. But hey, I'm not sure. Only y'all know y'all truth. But y'all not going to do that. And then they got other channels. They got this guy named Pro V. Black people need to really stop going over to him. I'm gonna tell you why. You could tell he's like he used to be like living on the other rough side of life or whatever. You could tell he was used to be in the streets. He doesn't like Greg, not because he doesn't like Greg, because Greg is a creep and Greg is trifling. Well, Greg is not a creep. Greg is trifling. He's jealous of him. You see, you have these people on the other side of the fence, right? That are palm colored, right? And what they do is that they hate black people that have more material possessions of them, higher than them professionally. This guy made a channel for talking about Greg, which he has every right because it's a commentary channel. But his channel, you have certain channels that are commentary channels that, say the good, bad, and ugly. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing good, they're going to give you good. If you're doing fucked up shit, they're going to comment on it, right? And then you got other channels that they just revolve around all the fucked up shit, which that's cool too, right? I enjoy all of it. But his is based out of jealousy. From the beginning, he's been trying to get Greg locked up. He's jealous. He's jealous because he feel like Greg came off the street. He did too. So why is it that Greg have all this material goods and all this success? Because Greg flaunts what he made, what he has. It's gaudy, dumb shit. Like he got that box fucking truck or whatever. That shit's ugly and the car's ugly. But that's his shit. He worked hard for it, right? Whether we agree with his content or not, right? He worked hard for it, right? This palm colored Ofe going fucking, he just like he be on some jealous shit and everybody black like that's right. Nah, I don't say that's right to him. I don't say that's right to him because I know it's out of jealousy. It's not because he feels like Greg is a disgusting dude. It's because he has this superior attitude even though he's trash and his wife is trash. They're garbage. So I don't really think he has room to talk about Greg when he's garbage too. And his channel's based off of he's just upset because he doesn't have what Greg has. I peep game. Greg is trifling. Very trifling. Tear him up about that, but his is just rooted out of something else. You can feel that spirit. You know that spirit of jealousy and envy that they be having when we have more than them? That's what it is. I've seen other content creators that are palm color give content on black content creators, and I never got that. I never got that feel. But from him, you gotta see it, and then y'all understand it. So now I don't support that shit. That's based on his other shit. You know what I'm saying? Knock him because he, you know what I'm saying? He's selling drugs to them or whatever. He talking about, oh, Greg talking to that. He talking about how Greg be talking to palm colored old face like him, how he be talking them fucked up. But Greg talk to everybody like that. So why you don't say nothing when he talk about to the black ones like that? Oh, they're better. Even though they're on drugs and they left their family like the black ones, they're still better. And that's that shit that crackhead brought KDB on. She talking about black women are ashy. She thinks she better than black women, although she's been a basehead damn near her whole fucking life. She look like a man. She disrespects herself. She sleeps around. She's just disgusting. But she has a nerve to be talking about black people, even if they're doing better than her. That's the shit they on, and that's that shit that content creator Pro V is on. He's garbage. He's trash. You know what I'm saying? I mean that from the bottom of my motherfucking heart. He's garbage. You fucking jealous. Greg is a whole criminal, so you're jealous of a criminal. What are you jealous of for? Yo, that's material shit. Do content on him, and be fair about it. Don't do it because you why him and not me. Oh, I'm so much better than him. No, you not. No, you not. You want this motherfucker to go to jail because he got more shit than you. Because he's a handsome man. You got a wife, but y'all both garbage. Trash and trash. Fuck out of here. I peep game. What up, Summer Breeze? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? I see what it is. I be knowing what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I would love to do like, you know what I'm saying, content on this shit, but I just don't got the time and the dedication. But I wouldn't be fucking with people like that guy I was talking about. Like somebody like him, he's the beef sector's Jason. He's the street sector's Jason. You know what I'm saying? How Jason be over in the beef sector. He's the street sector Jason. Like he be trying to destroy people. Like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Just do the content. Before all this shit came out about Greg, he was doxing Greg. Like, what the fuck you doxing a nigga for? Yo, he's trifling. You just can do it on the content he presenting. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that nigga doctor, oh yeah, and Cherry, like this, and all these black content creators be going over there. Like, what are you going over there for? He feel the same. How he feel about Greg, he feel that about y'all. But he just, oh yeah, darling, or whatever. He's very condescending. You could tell when they really don't like us. Fuck out of here. Kiss my entire grits. Like in somebody grandmother's voice. Kiss my grits. I'd be damned. But the whole Greg shit and the Stephanie shit is good. It's entertaining. They said that she said that Greg have a whole open pending drug case. I could believe it. Greg is still a street nigga. That's all he know. He's a stuttering ass street nigga. So I was over at Psychology Eat. She was talking about him stuttering. That nigga stuttered more than a little bit. He stays stuttering. Psychology E said that she thinks that he's insecure, possibly. I never got insecurity from him, but it's possible he is insecure because he ain't never been, he didn't have no upbringing. He been in the streets since he was a kid. I'm sure a lot of things happen to him that, you know, he probably don't want to talk about being a kid in the street and stuff like that. I'm sorry, what you hearing is my computer. My computer just finished resetting. Sorry, y'all. Y'all be like, what the fuck is talking? My computer just started talking. She gotta shut the fuck up. I didn't even know my computer was gonna start talking. Anyway, but yeah, so that should be interesting. So, but I'm glad that we don't gotta really talk about Marcus. We could talk about, you know what I'm saying, like Greg and stuff like that now too. I'm glad that people are watching Greg and they've been watching Greg like I've been watching Greg because yeah, you know, even it out. The Marcus can't have all the fucking negative attention. Come on now, y'all both trifling in different categories, but y'all both trifling. So let's just enjoy this shit. But with Marcus, ooh, I was watching Marcus, and you know what, ooh, what they said, broken clock at the right time twice a day. Marcus had the right time. Oh my fucking goodness, hold on, y'all. Fucking notifications. Marcus was right on point. He be interviewing this chick named Feisty that was in a lesbian relationship with a stud before she met Polo. Now all of a sudden she's, you know, dick crazed or whatever. And you got Polo who's 45 years of age, an alcoholic, and just corny, yo. He's just like, if self-destructive was a person, it would be him. Okay? He's just what not to be. He would be the perfect like anti-alcohol commercial. Like he is a walking billboard of why you shouldn't be an alcoholic. Don't even take a sip of NyQuil kind of motherfucking nigga. But anyway, they together, whatever. And Polo was supposed to get a apartment. He's originally from Ohio. He came back from Ohio, came back to Georgia, and he got an apartment. Like, there are women out there with children and shit like that want an apartment. That nigga don't really want the apartment. He wants to roam the street. He feels like he should get an apartment, and he need to get a job because he knows that's the right thing to do, and people are looking at him. He really don't care about that. People just need to stop trying to make people over and want better for themselves. If they don't want it, listen, everybody has a level. It's different levels in life, and everybody got a role to play in this motherfucking world, right? And listen, life is like a fucking movie. Everybody is a character. Everybody plays their parts, right? He wants to be an alcoholic. He wants to be on the street and sleeping on the street. I remember one time Marcus walked up on him and Polo was sleeping on a dirty street in Atlanta like a fucking bum. No cardboard or nothing. At least Josiah's had cardboard. He didn't have no cardboard or nothing. That nigga was sleeping right on the fucking ground. More than one time, Marcus walked on him like that. Tell me, I lost money because people, he be knocked out drunk and people be going through his pockets. You know what I'm saying? But Marcus, when he was talking to him today, him and his chick Feisty, he was just like, yo, Polo, you ain't getting no apartment or nothing. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on with y'all? Like, it's one big party every day. And I was glad that Marcus, that broken clock, had the right time today when he told them, it was his last video with them. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on with y'all? So he asked Chick Feisty, the former lesbian, he asked her if you got an apartment, would you let Polo stay with you, even though he fucking up? And she was like, yeah, I would. And I was like, oh, you was a sorry bitch. So you let a nigga stay with you that you just met about less than a month ago, but your children, you can't be there for your children. You can't get your shit together and get an apartment and let your children stay with you as they should because they're your children. But a nigga that, a wino, a drunkard that is on the street, laying on the street, he can. And she was flipping out. Like, she was mad at him because he was trying to talk to some girl that got a job at Pizza Hut or some shit, some fast food restaurant. And she was like, yeah, her name Destiny. She was like, yeah, he wanna fuck Destiny. He been fucking Destiny. So you're not upset with yourself because you're an alcoholic and you don't have your kids. Okay, that's not enough for you. You're not upset because, okay, you got with him, and at the time you was getting with him, he had the housing voucher and he was supposed to get an apartment, and now he blew it. And the money they gave him to get the apartment, he spent it on a $500 outfit that looked like a $3 Conway motherfucking outfit. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about Conway. Conway is a real cheap store that they had back in the day, and everybody that had a welfare check would go there when school started and buy a whole bunch of clothes. You wash it one time, and baby, that was it. One time that kid got to wear Conway clothes were so bad and fucking quality was bad. Like, okay, you got some things that are inexpensive, but the quality be good. Conway shit was literally you get what you pay for kind of thing. Okay, Conway was the walking, talking motherfucking warning. Like, don't waste your money. You get a bunch of shit, all them bags of shit, all them bags of shit. Grand open, grand closing. Your kid gonna wear that shit one time, and that's it. Okay, Conway was the worst if you was from New York back in the day. But his outfit looked like it was from Conway. They were like $500. What you paying him? But they was like the sneakers was $200. So Marcus was like to him today. He was like, "Yo, how you spend $500 on on clothes, but you don't even got an apartment? Like, you spent $500 on an outfit that you have on every day that you walk in the streets with." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be alright. I'm gonna be alright." So he was asking her, are you upset that he lost the voucher in the apartment so I got some place to stay?" She was like, "No, we don't be outside though. We ain't outside. We inside. We ain't outside. So if y'all not outside, how did Polo lose his money? Because the only time he loses money is when he falls asleep on the city sidewalk or in the park and someone pick his pockets. So if y'all not outside, how did he lose his money? Where is his money going?" But she's mad about some girl named Destiny that work at a fast food restaurant that actually has a job, that she's fucking homeless Polo. Girl, listen, only you want that raggedy ass nasty dick nugget nigga that they say he got boils on his butt when he did that homeless pornographic picture. Film with Marcus creep ass taping it right in the room with them. They said that he had pimples all his butt. What's her name? What's that lady's name? Shit. Anyway, yeah, she wanted nobody else with Polo. Not at all. But she flipping about it. So Marcus was like, "Yo, you not worried about not having a home, but you worried about some girl?" Like, yeah, her parents are fucked up, Marcus. Marcus, yes. Ding dong. Ding dong. Hello, Marcus. You was all centered about that, but you was right about that other shit. They worried about all the wrong shit. Life is a big party to them. Hold on. Life is a real big party to them. You would never think that by watching these people that it would be so interesting, but it really fucking is interesting. But like I said, watching the interviewer is even more interesting because they be getting really like enthralled with these people, like they friends. Like, that's like Ghost from Real Raw and Uncut. This motherfucker be hanging out with them. Like, he be going to casinos with them and everything. And I understand they're people, but they have active addictions. Someone that has an active addiction, not somebody that have an active addiction that go to work and have an apartment and stuff. No, these people be sleeping in bandos and everything. Like, it's not about judging anybody. It's like, yo, y'all have nothing in common. Like, they could be cool, but they don't even have a home to go to. After y'all come from the casino, where are they going? They have a gambling addiction and they have a drug addiction. That's two monkeys on their back. That shit, it ain't even two monkeys. You call that a gorilla, right? Shit, what the fuck? Too many. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Marcus. He hangs out with them. He has sex with them. He had babies with them. It's just like, what is wrong with y'all? You know what I mean? So pretty much, you know what I'm saying, I've been watching it. I'm gonna stay watching it. Like I said, I can't touch it the way I want to touch it because my life don't allow it. Right now, my life is not gonna allow me to really touch this shit. But it's really interesting, you know what I'm saying? Because you see how these interviewing niggas be acting and shit with the interviewees, and you be like totally inappropriate. Like, I don't understand, why would they think it's appropriate? Why would I give somebody that has an addiction crack to interview them? If I don't have the money to interview them, I don't got the money to interview them. That's just what it is. To give them crack, that's crazy. And then talk about them getting clean. Like, what type of games we playing here? You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand that what's done in the dark always comes in the light. They hear it, but they don't understand it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then when it happens, motherfuckers is all mad and shit. Are people telling the truth about ghosts? Probably so. And are people telling the truth about Marcus? Absolutely, because Marcus don't lie about it. Ghosts just don't answer us. Ghosts start stuttering and shit and going all around the park and shit like that. Marcus is saying, Marcus is saying, yeah, so what, and you know what I'm saying? But it's interesting, those two. So like I said earlier, I can't wait till Psychology Eats, finally make her video with the analysis of those two and the similarities or whatever they may have, because I just don't I understand it. I watch other street sector videos and stuff like Homeboy in New Jersey and stuff like that. And yo, he's not like that. Like, yo, he's totally fucking decent. It's a whole different feel with him. He's like really wholesome. But these two niggas here, man, listen, you can't tell Marcus and you can't tell Ghost they not fine and fly ass motherfuckers. You ain't gonna tell them that. They think they are. You know what I'm saying? Are they good looking guys? Yeah, they decent. They decent looking men. They good looking guys. I ain't gonna lie, but they're disgusting. Their level of being disgusting on different levels. Ghost's attitude is disgusting. He cocky and arrogant for no fucking good reason. Like, you better than the motherfuckers that you know what I'm saying, as far as when we come to if we're thinking about superficial standards of, as far as like, you have a home, you're not using drugs or whatever. Yeah, you're better than them on that level, but you ain't better than them on other levels. Those are your real friends and shit, your hangout buddies. You know what I'm saying? And you're better than Marcus because you ain't fucking nobody. At least we hope you're not. You know what I'm saying? Because he, you know what I'm saying? And Marcus, it's just a cesspool of bad fucking decisions. But yeah, I hope that y'all be watching this shit, man. Watch it. I'm telling y'all, watch it. Watch it. Don't tell me, oh, I'm not interested. I don't care. Just watch it. It's going to be a character y'all catch on to that y'all really like. It's going to be a character that you be like, man, that motherfucker full of shit. But the best part of it is the interviewers, how more fucked up they may be, versus the people they're speaking with. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. And I'm liking it. I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of it, but I'm watching all the content creators that I'm seeing that's from the street sector, from big to small or whatever, really enjoying it. Y'all know my favorite platform will always be Troy Allen. He's beef sector. He's beef sector, you know what I'm saying? So all day I'm going to support him in another sector. Just like when Kiki was over, helped make that sector, I was supporting her heavy. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why her and Octavius left that sector. They so stupid. Them motherfuckers is embarrassed because they had a couple's fallout and they toxic as motherfuckers. See, their problem is they got embarrassed because they were trying to portray that, they were this perfect couple and they pray together and they have it together and they can really say, these interviewees, what they need to do with their life. And then when the shit hit the fan and people realized that Kiki got a fucking wrist problem and shit like that, and her nickname is Fish, and Octavius, like, he talk good. He read a lot of books. He know a lot. Like I said, I will never take that away from that man on his intelligence level and the way he speaks. His diction is he's very well spoken. But Octavius is this a lump on a fucking log, literally, if it was a person too. You know what I'm saying? Not even figuratively. if it was a person, a lump on the log. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know Octavius, y'all know Octavius. They sat there and got fucking embarrassed about them having a fallout and calling each other's faults out in front of everybody because they were trying to portray that they were perfect. They left a sector that they helped scope, and that was crazy to me because they did good in that sector. They did very well. I'm sad to see them go and do they not, I mean, well, Octavius now is doing a political thing with, you know, Trump and being in Florida and stuff like that, so he's doing his thing with that. But damn, he should have another channel for that sector. Like, you helped created it. Like, what the fuck you step away from it when it was really you and Kiki were really good at it? Fuck all that embarrassment shit. People ain't even worried about that dumb shit no more. Of course, when they get mad at y'all, they're gonna bring that shit up again. But ain't nobody worried about that shit, yo. Y'all in a sector there, y'all talking about people that have trauma, drama, and all types of fucked up decision making, you know. Nigga, you are one amongst many, yo. You ain't the worst. You know what I'm saying? Look at the motherfuckers interviewing the motherfuckers. You sleeping with them. They are the worst. So ain't nobody worried about y'all. Come back. Come back and do what y'all good at. Y'all were good over there. Come back. And that's some real shit I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If I see somebody excelling in a place, yo, stay. If it ain't tearing y'all apart, stay. Why would y'all stay? You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't losing no job because we all know Octavius ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't even trying to be funny. You're a smart man. That's what they say in the street, and that's what I witnessed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And Kiki ain't worried about losing no job as much as she been doxxed and people was calling her place of employment and stuff. She still got a job. So what the fuck? Come back. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, put some more flavor. Everybody coming out the woodwork doing content, making money off of this shit or whatever with the street sector y'all help invent. Yo, there's money on the floor. Come get y'all coins, yo. Come get y'all dollars and cents. What the fuck y'all doing? Y'all did really good commentary over here. Like, what the fuck? Yo, come on. Get more people, get more, what y'all say, ingredients in this verbal, virtual gumbo here. Come on. What the fuck is they doing? They embarrassed about the wrong shit. We get it. We see it. Y'all fucked up. Now, can we get some commentary? So I'm very excited for what's going to happen with the sector or whatever, with the content and with the interviewers and stuff, the people that's doing this shit. This is going to be real good, and more people going to be doing street interviews and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or, well, more people already do street interviews, but other people that's part of the street sector that's unknown, they're going to be put in the mix because people going to get tired of just watching Greg and Marcus when it's a lot of people that are doing these interviews. You know what I'm saying? So we go and watch this or whatever and see what follows out because all these motherfuckers, I'm doing good. I'm doing God's work. You find out, oh, Lord, they ain't nothing but demons. You find out the truth about them. You be like, God damn, really? You have to take advantage of people that are already getting fucked in life? This shit is good. I know it's negative. I know it's negative. Forgive me. We all got vices. This shit is good, though. I'm never going to act like, you know what I'm saying, it ain't a vice. You know what I'm saying? Because it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's negative shit. You know what I'm saying? And I do like to see happy outcomes. I like to see somebody that was homeless get off the street that we've seen last year was doing good. I do like to see people get sober. I don't like to see people go rock bottom. I hate watching that. Like when we see people like Penelope, that when we first met her, yes, she used drugs. That's bad. No, she wasn't at home with her daughter. But, you know what I'm saying? She was looking good, smelling good, took care of herself. Neek, that's what I was talking about. I'm so sorry. Y'all, Neek, with the lady with the Mexican truck. I like me some Neek. I don't know why I got brain fog sometimes. I'm sorry, y'all. It's late. Neek. But like, Penelope, I see this shit and she looks like a skeleton. You know what I'm saying? Like she gonna die on these streets. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see her get clean and reunite with her daughter and get all the help she need. It's certain people, Neek, I would love to see her get better. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be negative. I don't think it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? With Greg's channel, Real and Right and Uncut, it's certain people I don't give a fuck about. Like Marley, I don't give a fuck about whether that little girl get her life together or not. I mean, I don't want her to die out in the street. No, I don't want. But I don't give a fuck. She can get how old she is. She has problems, and I understand why she has problems. Her mother like this little girl Marley. She's about 23. She smoked crack. She pregnant now. Marley's mother had children. Marley's mother kept all the children but gave Marley away. Who she gave Marley away to is a very nice, supportive, loving woman. Too much love for Marley, though, because she's an enabler. Marley can get anything she wants from this woman. This woman told her, if you stop smoking crack for like a week, I'll take you on vacation. The woman asked small things from Marley. She wants Marley to stay home. Marley want to run the street. But I don't give a fuck. Marley is just still like, she don't need no baby. She's still smoking cigarettes and everything and crack knowing she have a baby. Talking about she gonna stop. When, bitch? When? You're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So I really can give two fucks if Marley get it together. Now Marley's not dirty or nothing. She get her hair done. She get her nails done. She get all of that done. Marley don't be having the same clothes on or nothing. She's a clean crackhead. And it's because she's young so she can, still try to stay ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if VC get his shit together. VC, that's another one. He be sitting there, thinking he the man of all crackheads because he be having sex with his fellow crackheadians. That's not a word, I'm sorry. But he be having, intercourse with him, talking about the boom boom room. He be calling himself shaving his head or whatever, believing one patch of hair on his bald spot, on his bald head looking all fucking crazy. He be wearing the same shorts with no drawers and shit like that, smelling like I don't know what. If he got an apartment, like he has running water. He gets free fucking rent. What the fuck is the problem? I don't give a fuck about him either. He got his own channel too, VC. I don't, like at first when we met VC, because we know he graduated from college or whatever, and he kind of kept it up like, he was a functional crackhead and he was working and stuff. We was like, all right. And people like VC, but now we see who the fuck he really is. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. And maybe this is not who he really is. And maybe as time went on, it's like Penelope, we have seen them falling deeper into their addiction, which if that's the case, that's really fucked up, you know what I mean, for him. You know what I mean? But I really don't give a fuck about him getting his shit together. You know what I mean? Somebody, and then like when Greg do videos on East Side, he's on crack, like real bad. He looks disgusting. I can't even stomach to watch any videos with him. He looks this gross. He makes my skin crawl. You know what I'm saying? He's like a dusty, dirty crackhead. He's done. But it's some people like I would like to see, like I said, I would like to see themselves get better. Penelope's one of them. Would love to. Niecy, I would love to see Niecy get herself together. You know what I'm saying? And other people, so you really fall in love with the characters, you know what I'm saying? Or not fall in love with them, fall in like with them as far as wanting the best for them. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this shit is interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to meet, I'm glad to be experiencing a new set of content creators coming on the scene, doing commentary on this, giving us, the raw truth of what they think about it. You know what I'm saying? And what I like is that it's varying ideologies. Everybody's not agreeing with everybody. Everybody's coming with something different. Now, for me, I'm not a CC. You know what I'm saying? I just have a channel and I just talk to my little bit of people in the wee hours of the ungodly morning. You know what I'm saying? And, but I just like to see the content creators where they come in. But like I said, I have an unpopular opinion because everybody was feeling bad for Stephanie. I don't feel bad for Stephanie or her raggedy ass daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, where's your kids? Y'all on live. Bitch, you shouldn't even be on live, yo. Figure out how you going to keep yourself straight to have your kids. All of this stuff, you going on live with your mother. Oh, Greg lied on me. Well, no. Take your shit up with your mother. Your mother brought Greg in your business. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's your mother's fault. You know what I'm saying? Your mother put you out there. You don't have an addiction. Well, you do because you have dirty piss tests. So you got something going on too, little girl. But I don't feel bad for them. You know what I'm saying? It's always like, I noticed that with Stephanie, the one that Greg is arguing with now, that he's trying to get her grandkids taken away by saying slick shit, even though he said he ain't trying to, but he is. With Stephanie, I noticed with everything, it's everybody's fault why this happened. She said, oh, Mike had me prostituting. No, you chose to leave home and not go back and run away and run around with Mike. Mike had you do nothing. You did it. It's always her fault. Oh, it's this person. That's why I don't like her. She has no accountability. She takes no accountability. And like she'll just admit to like one or two things, so you won't say she doesn't take any accountability, but she doesn't. On a broad range of things, she doesn't. Greg know your business about your family because you told him you were out on the street with damn near, she was real sick with no shoes or nothing like that because you chose to. Yes, addiction is a sickness, but you chose to. You even left and went back home to only ask Greg to come pick you back up to take you back to Mike, and then you ended up worse. How was that Greg's fault? Fuck out of here. Yo, nah. And you talked about the man first. You brought him up first when people started asking you questions about him. You brought him up first, and now he decided to turn on his camera and say some fuck shit. You mad at him? It's all fair in love and war, honey. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. What you thought, that he wasn't going to talk about you? That's a petty motherfucker right there. That is a petty motherfucker. I hate to bring up astrological signs, but I got to. He is a Cancer, okay? He is very emotional, and he will burn down a house to get a fucking mouse, okay? They are that petty. Cancers will cut off their nose to spite their face. They're the most vindictive motherfuckers. They won't stop until they're dead. What you expected from him? He had time. He had time the other day. He's like, I ain't even, he be stuttering a lot. Ain't worried about what Stephanie said. Y'all ain't got to keep calling me. I don't care. I'm trying to biz. I ain't doing this for views. He can't say views. I ain't doing this for views. I said, oh, Lord, here he go. But anyway. If you didn't watch it, watch Greg's last video. If you haven't been watching the Street Sector, please start watching Atlanta Street interviews. You know, real raw and uncut. I always say Greg's channel wrong, but y'all get the gist of it. So y'all have a good morning ahead. I'm gonna go to sleep. That was my input on what happened, and that's it. Peace.